Since gaining independence, Kazakhstan has pursued a policy of returning Kazakhs to their historical homeland. Today, the number of compatriots who have returned to Kazakhstan is significant. In general, there is no country in the world that, like Kazakhstan, successfully deals with its diasporas abroad. Only Israel and Germany have made progress on this issue. None of the CIS countries can boast of this. In Kazakhstan, there are a number of special state programs. The World Association of Kazakhs received 200 hectares of land in the Akmola region in the Arshaly district, 10 kilometers from the city of Nur-Sultan. A settlement for 1,282 families is planned to be built there. The second project is related to the Kalas district of the Turkestan region, which is located near Tashkent, where 200 hectares of land are also allocated. A farm will be created there so that the repatriates can engage in animal husbandry, just as our ancestors were engaged in breeding horses. It is known that social facilities will also be concentrated there, kindergartens and schools. Thus, specialists in the field of education, healthcare, and agriculture will be involved. Special attention will be paid to citizens under the age of 35. These measures will contribute to the support of ethnic Kazakhs abroad and the return of compatriots to their historical homeland.
Тәуелсіздік алғаннан бері бүгінгі таңға дейін елімізге 1,057,000 адам
To date, 1,057,000 ethnic Kazakhs have returned to Kazakhstan. Most of the repatriates settled in Almaty, South Kazakhstan, and North Kazakhstan regions.
Оңтүстік Қазақстан облысына, одан қалғандары солтүстік Қазақстан облысына қазір орналасып жатыр.
Altyngul Madenkyzy is one of those who also returned to her historical homeland. She moved to Kazakhstan from China 5 years ago. Altyngul is a computer processing and installation specialist by profession, but it so happened that she preferred needlework to information technology.
Сондай бір идеям азат еркін жүруді қалайтын, енді мүмкін дала мінезіміз шығар.
Personally, I wanted to live freely, to do what our ancestors did. Speak and read in your native language. Back in China, I decided to open the first library in the region for Kazakhs. I created a large library at my own expense. Yes, Altyngul put national interests above all else, even when she was far away from her homeland. Seeing around how poor some people live, I decided to do charity work. My desire to help people was supported by ethnic Kazakhs in China. First, there were 5 women, then 20 to 30 people, then there were 50 of us, and so we created the foundation. Altyngul was one of the 10 young people in the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region who actively participated in charitable activities. In China, she was even elected as a deputy from the Kazakh diaspora. For 5 years, she worked on the employment of unemployed women and mothers with many children. She also took an active part in the creation of the Center for National Crafts.
Our mother
sewed outerwear, fur coats, and coats. We never bought or wore clothes from the market. There are moments in our memory when we watch our mother sew everything by hand. Later, when I had already created my own family, I decided to continue my mother's craft. No matter where I am, in what country, it is always with me. I continue to practice the national craft. Preserving the traditions of my ancestors is part of my life. Although Altyngul always honored the traditions of her ancestors, she was far from her native land. Therefore, like 1.5 million ethnic Kazakhs living in China, she always carried in her heart the idea of returning to her historical homeland. Do you think they don't worry about the future of their children, the future of the nation, or the future of Kazakhstan? Of course, they always think about it. The issue of preserving their national identity is very important for them. Of course, there is no one who does not worry about the future of their children. Altyngul Madenkyzy wanted her sons and daughters to live independently in Kazakhstan. For her, this was a decisive moment in the issue of returning home.
Сол кезде мен балаларымды алып, жолдасымды алып,
At that time, I moved to Kazakhstan with my children, husband, and brothers. The motherland welcomed us with open arms. Here's our home, where guests are always welcome, and a hospitable dasturkhan is always laid. Because now we are on our native land. We came back here leaving almost all our possessions there. We didn't take anything with us.
Bir tüyür almay kettik.
Altyngul Madenkyzy did not regret abandoning in China neither the acquired property nor the recognition and high positions that she has achieved in the foreign country. After all, she was leaving for the land of her ancestors, for the future of her children.
Қандай жерге бармасын, қандай әкімдермен, қанша ел ағаларымен бірге
No matter what developed country you live in, no matter what good people surround you, all this fades if you live not on your native land. As soon as it was possible to return to independent Kazakhstan, we were able to realize our dream to live on the land of our ancestors.
Анау 91-ден бергі жүректігімізде арман болды.
Yes, their dream came true. Now Altyngul is a citizen of independent Kazakhstan. But of course, not everything here was covered with gold, and much had to be achieved with hard work.
Қазақ еліне менің бір риза болатын жерім, біз 2,5 жылда азаматтық алдық дедік қой.
I'm very grateful that we were accepted, given citizenship as soon as possible, and treated loyally until our documents were ready. I realized that our feeling of love for our native land is mutual. We were expected here. We were accepted. We were loved. We felt that we were needed in our country and by our people.
Қаншалық шексіз терең болса, мен туған елімнің бізге деген мейірімінің соншалық терең екенін сонда сезіндім.
Now Altyngul is engaged in the production of national clothing and household items. She sews various things that have been essential for the Kazakhs since ancient times. These are tuskis, tekemet, sirmak, and duvets. She not only makes them herself, but also trains others. Gives master classes to women who are interested in national art. Botagoz Abulayhan is one of the first students of the craftswoman. She came from China to the expo in 2017 and also stayed in the motherland.
Ол жақтың табиғаты мен ол жақтың табиғатын салыстыруға келмейді. Былайша айтқанда. Сосын ойладым.
The nature of China cannot be compared with the nature of the native land, and I thought, why don't I stay on my native land, ask for citizenship, and work for the good of the motherland? After receiving my mother's blessing, I made a decision. The only thing that scared me was the idea that I only studied in Chinese. What will I do in my homeland? Altyn Apai helped me. Over the course of a year, I learned everything from her. Draw patterns, cut, sew, embroider.
Сызуды, қалай екенін, тігудің барлығын өзім үйде үйреніп шықтым осы Altyn апайдан.
Botagoz, who had never held a needle before, now became a professional embroidery master. And last summer, she managed to train 7 to 8 of her students. She teaches technology in preschool. All this is the merit of Altyngul Madenkyzy. This can be considered as her contribution to the development of national handicraft art in Kazakhstan. She also studies the history and types of Kazakh ornaments.
Мына жерде бар ғой, мынаны сыңар мүйіз дейді. Негізі қазақта көбінесе қошқар мүйіз деді ғой. Қошқар мүйізді көбінесе.
This ornament is called sinar. People often call it koshkar muiz. This horn ornament is used in clothing, chapans, and vests. On the pillows, a different ornament is usually used, a different ornament. In general, there are more than 1,000 types of ornaments in the Kazakh national style.
Мынау қазақта неше мыңнан артық түрді оюдың түрі бар.
Each pattern and ornament has its own origin and meaning, and so each of them is used for a specific case, says the craftswoman.
Қазір біз кілемдер салып жатырмыз ғой, міне қараңыз, мынау кілем ұқсап тұр. Біздің бұның бұрынғы ата-бабамыз бұны
Now we make rugs. They are similar to the carpets that our ancestors had. They spun carpets with thin and thick threads. This resulted in a convex pattern. With the help of mats made of steppe reeds and sheep wool, ribbons were made and intertwined, so beautiful patterned natural carpets were obtained with national ornaments and bright colors that convey the beauty of the spring steppe. Such carpets covered the place of honor in the house.
Қараластырмақ түрге салған екен.
Every ornament embroidered on national items has its own meaning here, says our heroine. They tell about life, everyday routine, customs, and traditions of the Kazakhs. With their help, they could express their dreams, tell about their feelings. The items exhibited in this small room convey the entire diverse history and culture, the nature of our people.
Бұны қазақ кигіз үйіне ұсталатын ши. Бұл шиді көбінесе жаз кезде, 8-ші ай кезде жаңбыр жауып тұрған кезде тартып алады.
These are chi mats. They are used in the Kazakh yurt. They are usually made in the summer, in rainy weather in August. These mats allow you to make the best threads for yarn from sheep's wool. A mat is made, then wool, then threads are woven and painted. Then a drawing is made, and I made this 6-meter mat myself. Now, there are no such in houses, so I put it here. Let people come and watch how our ancestors wove national carpets. Let all who are interested in the history of their ancestors join the national culture.
Көз аясы кеңсін, қазақ мәдениетін, қазақ қолөнерінің қаншалық деңгейде дамығанын бұл маңда көріп саналарын, түп саналарына сіңіре жүрсін деген мақсатпен әкеп қойып қойған.
Altyngul Madenkyzy tries to involve everyone in Kazakh national culture, history, and needlework. The interior of her house is also decorated in the national style, with national items. Her husband, Jibek Joly, also close to national art, he makes handmade whips. These two whips are made of meadow sweet. This one is smaller, lighter, and used for racing. After all, we Kazakhs are born riders. Such a whip is indispensable when riding a horse or when grazing cattle. All this is our heritage and our art, which we inherited from our ancestors.
Ата көрген оғжанар, шеше көрген том пішер деген. Сол атадан көрген өнер ғой, жалғасып келе жатқан өнер.
The head of the family also teaches those who wish to learn national craft. He does this for free. The main aim for him is to pass on his skills to the young, preserve national traditions, and leave followers. The vocation and mission of this family is to spread knowledge and develop national crafts. For example, Altyngul Madenkyzy is the head of the Center of the Crafts of the World Association of Kazakhs and held a number of events in the capital. She brought together artisans from all over the world at Expo 2017 to show the guests of the World exhibition all the diversity of the Kazakh national culture.
Сол көрме өте үлкен өзгеріс әкелді бізге. Және біздің халқымызға. Содан кейін қаншама адам келді, менен үйренді. Қаншама адам
The exhibition has made an invaluable contribution to our development and the promotion of the Kazakh traditional culture among locals and foreigners. The changes are noticeable in comparison with 2014-15. Progress in the development of national culture became evident after 2017.
Республика бойынша жоғары өрлеуге көтеріліп келе жатқан бір жұлдызды жылдар деп есептеймін мен.
According to Otandastar Madenkyzy, the attitude towards crafts, including folk, has improved. People began to show interest in national culture, wear clothes with elements of national ornament. Because of the interest in this craft, some of our forgotten traditions are also being revived. For example, Almaty offers a wide range of products made of wood, wool, sawan, and textiles. In Jambal region, fur products, in Turkestan and Shimkan, jewelry. And local craftsmen can already make everything necessary for carrying out many different national rituals. Wood products are becoming more popular, and even foreigners are interested in the technique of decorating the Kazakh national ornament. This, according to Altyngul, was facilitated by the exhibition of Masters of Decorative and Applied Art, which is regularly held in the capital.
Менің өзімнің сол ақ ортама жаңағы ұлттық қолөнердің бұйымдарды қойған ненің
For example, during the exhibition, the president of Azerbaijan purchased several of my handmade items, a takia headdress, and dishes in the national style. He came, talked to me, asked questions, saw all our products, was amazed, and bought our goods. Also, many citizens from other countries such as Korea, China, and Russia came, purchased, and thanked us for our products. I believe that by showing interest in the national craft, they express gratitude and respect to the entire Kazakh people.
жалпы қазақ еліне деген құрметпен қазақтың қолөнері қазақ елінің құрметін асырды деп ойлаймын.
I don't charge a fee either for exhibitions or for master classes because for me, national art is above all, which cannot be measured by money, says Altyngul Madenkyzy.
Сол енді еңбегімді ескеріп, былтыр 2019
On March 16, 2019, the head of state set a task to create branches of the association and work with the population and instructed the World Association of Kazakhs to create branches in 14 regions. From the very beginning, I was nominated as the branch leader of the Akmola region.
мен ақмола облысының жетекшісі болып солай бөліндім.
Now Altyngul Madenkyzy often visits Kazakhstan. There, she also promotes and develops the traditional crafts, also helping many other repatriates from different countries. I always dreamed of being useful to my native land, my native people, and having decided to help those who came to our country like me, repatriates who once dreamed of raising children in their native land, who enthusiastically accepted the news of Kazakhstan's independence and returned to the land of their ancestors. I realized my dream. First, when I opened our office, I held a campaign, Road to School, for 20 children, buying them school supplies, pencils, notebooks, briefcases. Then we started with the smallest, with what we could afford, with 5,000 tenge, and now we continue this work. Altyngul Madenkyzy makes every effort to activate the work of the association in the Akmola region. She also organized the process of teaching crafts in schools of the regional center. The task is to introduce ancient types of crafts and revive national traditions in the memory of the younger generation. My goal and dream is to open a national craft center in Kazakhstan, by means of which I could provide earnings for unemployed women, give them the awareness that they also have their own place and vocation in this life. I want them to understand that in an independent home country, they can be happy earning by their skills, national craft. Yes, there are many goals. The most important thing is to preserve and try to reach them. Decorative and applied art is not an area that can be quickly mastered. To become a professional in this field, it is not enough to just draw ornaments and embroider. It is necessary to know the history and understand the mentality of the people, says Altyngul Madenkyzy. Know your native language, feel equality, freedom, know your native language and the pride of your people. These words of Ahmed Baitrasin Ali can be read by everyone who enters here. We put this quote here so that everyone knows how he stood up for the Kazakh language, how he fought for the Kazakhs to know and love their native language, to be free, happy, and live in a free country. Reading these lines, remember the great representatives of Alash who left us such a rich heritage. That's why I put them here so people can see and know it. Altyngul Madenkyzy embroidered these verses on the felt. This is an invaluable cultural heritage because far from her native land, in a foreign land, these poems inspired her and taught her to love her native language, culture, and history. It was these poems that made it possible to dream of independence and instilled in her a love for the Kazakh land. And this beautiful piece of art went together with her home. It strengthened the love for everything national and native. Today, she continues to work hard at the craft inherited from her ancestors.